I really think one of the biggest parts about managing lupus is going to the people that you think help you the best and staying true to that. You have to believe in it 100%. That's anything in life. You have to be committed to what you're doing and believe in your process and believe in what will help you. Because if you have somebody that's against you, the doctor's saying, you're too sick to do this, you're too sick to do that, you shouldn't be in the sun. Well, no, I shouldn't be in the sun. But guess what? I'm going to be in the sun because I'm going to Florida and I'm showing horses and I'm going to be in the sun. So how can we deal with that the best? I started having lupus when I was quite young, 16, 17, and I was officially diagnosed when I was 18. My dad wanted me to live at home, go to the local college, or drive 45 minutes and go to the Christian college. And we went to these college visits, and I went to these places, and I was like, oh no, I will not be going here. So I applied to Indiana University. It was 3 hours from home. There were like 50,000 students. It's very big. I signed up and I went. I was really sick my freshman year when I went. My dad told me that I had to weigh at least 100 pounds so I could stay at school. And I did have to come home freshman year. I fell off my horse, broke my foot, probably fell off my horse because I was sick, because I was too skinny. I wasn't healthy. I had to come home. Because of that, I did not get into the business school at IU. And I thought my life was over because I was always the best at school. During that time I was really sick, I was on some really heavy drugs and medication. I was on chemotherapy drugs to try to knock out my immune system. I couldn't keep any food down. I couldn't hardly get out of bed. I wasn't going to class. I was just doing the work from notes and books, not in class. That was a really, really, really difficult for me to not be successful at that and not achieve that goal because my family, in my dad's family, there's 4 kids. They're all entrepreneurs. My grandpa was an entrepreneur. Business is our life. Your success is measured by how well you work and do business. My parents did take me out to the best rheumatologist. It was a woman doctor. She was the #1 rheumatologist in the world at this time. She tweaked some stuff. She gave me a very confident feeling about what was and what wasn't wrong with me. And she was a woman. She was the best at what she's doing. And she was inspirational to talk to, not negative to talk to. That kind of set me on a path to move forward and to find my way. Flash forward, I wasn't so healthy when Javin and I met right out of college, and I struggled a lot with my health when we were first married. I was on a lot of medication, and I remember I would take medication in the morning, I'd take medication in the afternoon, I'd take medication at night to sleep, and there was so much medication that one day I forgot to feed the horses their PM feeding. And I was mortified because that's all I have ever done my whole entire life is take care of animals. And I was so heavily medicated, I couldn't even feed or remember to feed or the horses, which was just like, that was a wake-up call for me. That was a huge moment. And I was like, that's it. I'm done with these medications. I'm getting off of them. I don't care what happens, but this is no life to live when you're that drugged and you feel this terrible. Like what? And this is no life. And Javin's like, well, you feel better when you go to Florida. Like you should just go to Florida. So that winter I went to Ocala for the first time with my horses. I went for 2 months. He had to stay home and work. I went by myself and my Jack Russell. And I felt better. It was super hard. I was really sick. I did have friends that had to come and pick me up from the house and take me to the emergency room. That I found is a recurring theme through my life. Now when it happens, we're just like, oh yeah, this is what's happening. It's no big deal. I was working for my dad at the time doing marketing. My passion's always been horses. I never wanted to work for my dad. I'm glad I did. I learned a lot. He wanted to start another business selling trailers, actually, like camper homes and stuff. And I told him, this is a terrible idea. I don't have time to do another business and market it. I don't know who you think is gonna sell these things. Like, we are not camper salesmen. And he said, when you have your own business, you can do it your own way. That was his answer to me. And the next day, I went to the lawyer and I got incorporated with my own business. And I started my horse business in 2008. And it was all mine. It was not Javin's, it was nobody's, it was mine. And I said, I will do this my way, and I won't be told what to do. I grew that business, and it finally got big enough I could quit working for my dad, do that full time. I would just work and take all my money that I made selling horses and commissions and reinvest it in other horses and sell them and reinvest in more horses. And that is how we got to where we are today with Dalman show jumping. I've been able to build a life around making me as healthy as possible. And I'm really fortunate that I have a partner that helps me do that. We have Dalman Jump Co. It's a large business. My husband and I both work that, but that's not as physically demanding on me as a very large training business is. And so we've shifted a lot of things to make it be able to work with Lupus and how I need to live my life to still be able to achieve my goals. What changed was Javin Dalman. He's the first person to believe in me. He's the first person to pull me out of all that negativity. And my parents love me and they're super supportive. And my mom has always been my biggest fan. And my dad was always enabling me. And he's so proud and a big fan now. But like, the first person was Javin, and he is the reason I was able to go to Florida. And he is the reason that I've been able to do everything. And it's not that he has just made it all happen. He just came alongside me and gave me the courage and the confidence and made it seem real and able to do it. And it doesn't matter what little thing it is, he's always there to help make it happen. Anybody knows that gets lupus, they always call me and ask me, and I'm happy to talk to anyone, give them any advice I have. Sometimes it's hard to admit all the things that are wrong with you and say it out loud, and that can stop you dead in your tracks when you actually start listing it all out and talking about it, which is one reason that makes this sort of thing hard. But I think we've come out the other side of it and can celebrate the challenges that it brought, and it has made me who I am.